Welcome back to another episode of Junk Jaw Resell. This is episode number 25, guys. We got 25 in the book. I'm Jay, and where you see on this screen, we followed by another guy. That's Kenny.
Yep.
And always,
Yep.
the
I'm Ray.
spectacular Ray.
Yep.
Hey, so Kenny, you want to introduce yourself?
How you doing? My name's Kenny.
Part of the crew here.
Nice to meet everybody. My name's Kenny. You can find me at Delmarva Deals on YouTube. I'm also a reseller. Been a reseller for years. eBay for the last 4. I basically sell anything I can make money on. I'm more of a pop culture, collectibles kind of person, but if I can make money off of it, I'm gonna sell it. That's essentially.
I heard one time he sold a guy's grandmother.
Hey, we don't talk about that.
All right.
In Romania, you can do anything.
Right. It's awesome. So, how was your guys' weeks?
Not too bad. I mean, nothing crazy. Sales are still slow for me, I feel like. But how about you guys?
Sales a little slow for me. I sold a couple things yesterday. I didn't sell. I sold a hat yesterday, and then the guy wanted to cancel the order. So it's been slow. Last week was really good. Now this week is like slow.
Yeah.
Last couple days I had a couple sales, but before that it was horrible. It was dead in the water. I mean, I went 5 days without selling anything. Then all of a sudden sold 8 things in one day. So
yeah,
eBay's fickle. So
yeah, it is kind of weird how it works. I mean, I don't think I'm not getting any big ticket sales. Like I feel like consistent sales every day, but I'm not getting anything I'm getting really excited about. Is just my sales. Like I sold 10 things, I think maybe yesterday or something like that, and they're all low ticket items. I mean, the highest was like $33. It was one item for $33. Everything else was less than that. So,
yep.
And it wasn't much. Like I'm saying, some cards for a couple bucks or something like that, and it was nothing to really be excited about.
Yeah, I sold like 130 in stuff today.
Okay.
On 2 things, made $130 today. But yesterday, like I said, it was a hat. I think I sold for like $8.
Yeah.
And he wanted to cancel it. So
yeah.
I mean, I basically sold my 2 big things was a Bionicle bundle, just parts and pieces. It was like $75, and then I sold for $50, like 1910 Gossman's ginger ale. Please return if found. Set of keys with like a key tag. So that was like $50. So I mean, and plus, like you said, I had a lot of low dollar sales. 10 and below, really, a lot of them, but. Those 2 things were my big things, the big sales.
Yep.
I mean, it's crazy because even my like other platforms I sell, like Poshmark and Mercari, they've really died down. I'm dropping Depop. I haven't given that any attention for at least a week now, and but Mercari, it's hit or miss on there. Poshmark, I'm selling. I don't know what is going on. I could sell maybe 10 to 20 items at least a month on there, and sometimes it'd be some good items like for $100, $200 a piece. I'm literally selling like a couple items a month. I don't know what happened. It just dwindled down.
Why do you think sales slowed down on all these platforms, guys? What do you think?
One thing I'm thinking is, between the economy, but I think with so many options out there now, I know I didn't want to say it before, but I think sometimes the live selling is starting to hurt the regular selling. People rather, they want the fast, fast money instead of waiting for a while to see if they get top dollar.
Yeah.
I know Dibdit yesterday. Like I was on Dibdit. I actually signed up for District. And I went on to Dibdit, and they had Dibdit threads. And actually, I bought some stuff yesterday, but seeing, it's constantly they did a whole raid for hours, just raiding, other sellers. So I mean, it was pretty busy.
Wow.
I
Are you going
agree.
to try? Have you applied to be a seller?
Yeah, I actually did this morning. Yeah, I decided, what, maybe I'll give it a try. I'll just, I was just yesterday. I think I was mainly just trying to check it out, see what it was like. I bought the stuff I bought was off Vintage Sport Flips. I don't know if Keith, he's actually been guest starring on Dan and Demand's podcast that he's had going. He's guest starred on there twice now, but he has a channel and everything too under Vintage Sport Flips.
Yeah.
But
cool.
yeah.
But do you have to wait to get approved to be?
Yeah. I am waiting for approval. I haven't seen anything yet. I mean, I don't expect anything right away. So I don't know.
And I haven't watched them in a while. I haven't been on, dibbed it and I really checked it out in a long time. How do you think that compares to Whatnot?
I mean, it's not. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of weird because both. I think a lot of times it can be resellers selling other resellers, and I think that's part of the thing too. Like we need a platform that's live that's selling to a majority of people that actually want to collect the item. But the thing is, I don't see anything ever going for like top dollar. So I don't know what kind of product I really want to put on there.
See, I think that probably leads into another problem. What happens is, I think a lot of buyers now are looking at some of these trending lists of like the top 100 selling items, and that's all people are focusing on too, because they don't want to spend their money on other things. They'd rather just buy things that are trending and they can actually flip if necessary instead of buying things that they want and need. Maybe people are even that mentality of minimalist. Buy less and just buy things of so-called value. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What trending lists say. Do you think about it? Every time you scroll, I know me, probably most people watching this, you scroll on Facebook or anywhere else. Every other video is somebody showing you things that you should be buying. And they kind of just rack up with like the top 100 things. And I think, mentally that gets into people's heads and that's all they focus on. Because the average person is just buying, regular stuff from Amazon, eBay, wherever they buy it. But the people who actually are moving money are people who are only going to buy because of value. Like you said, you're selling to resellers.
Yeah.
Essentially, that's what it feels like at this point.
Yeah,
Because everybody else is just buying their stuff off of, say Temu or wherever else. And they're just buying those, new household products, things that they can regularly reuse, especially with like the price of eggs up. You're automatically in the economy going to lose buyers anyway. So, it's a massive effect of just multiple things.
Like, if you're live selling, are you just basically trading your goods to somebody else, like for money temporarily to buy somebody else's?
That's it. Because then you go and buy something else with that money to resell and flip. And think about it. How many other people are out there just doing that? Not even if it's a regular thing, it's a nonchalantly thing. And it adds up, if you got 1 million people buying and reselling 3-4 items a year, that's 4 million items just from those everyday people, not counting your resellers. So it starts to add up after a while if it becomes, easier with like AI to find the hottest products, so you don't worry about everything else. Everything else is just a shaft. They don't care. They just want the wheat. So, I think that's a mentality thing. That's just the culture right now.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a good thing because it generates profit for people. It's a job.
Yeah.
But also it has a negative effect too. Just like everything has a pro and a con, and I think that's like you were saying, you sell to resellers. So I think that's what we're doing now.
I think if that's your business model and that's how you want to run it, it's no different if people go on a flea market, they buy the storage units and they know a lot of people there are resellers and they're going to sell it online. Mm-hmm. And, you establish that. That's one thing. So is it just like this live selling is becoming more like a flea market, than it is actually a marketplace?
Well, the reason I'm getting that is because me and James, we sell publicly to, face to face, and maybe 1 out of 8 people, just average people that you would never even think they were like resellers. They're not technically resellers, but they'll say something. Oh, I can always resell this. We're buying this from you. I can always resell it. So in the back of their minds, you have a certain amount of customers that are just buying things because they know they can resell it, regardless of whether they want it or maybe they do want it.
Yeah.
But they're only doing it because they see a long-term investment in it. You know what I mean? So
or the value. It's that value proposition. If the item's worth $10 and they can buy it for $3, they
Mhm.
proceed. There's equity already built in the product.
yeah, because we were actually, we were talking about it earlier with, James was reminding me he has like 30 cases of paper plates. Well,
Mhm.
we see a value in the paper plates of using it. And I said to him, I said, well, they kind of instantly sell because everybody else sees the same value, and they could probably have the same mentality as us and said, oh, I could just sell those paper plates if necessary, even if you bought them
Yeah.
for cheap, right? So it's just, even the regular person's minds is going to go straight to, can I resell it and get my money back, basically.
Yeah. No. No, I completely get it. I was actually I checked out the Party City down here and tried to see if there was anything I could use, and paper plates were like one of the things I was looking at. I'm like, I wonder
It
how much.
always sells.
Yeah, well, even so, like, yeah, it's always, I buy a lot of things all the time that I'm like, worst case is I'll use it if I can't sell it. You know what I mean? And I think that's a great worst case scenario because, it's going to get used. The money you spend on it is never just going to go to waste.
Right. My whole life, been going crazy. It's just, I most times won't buy anything unless I know that it's going to last, keep the same value, or I can get rid of it at a certain time to get all my money back. I mean, there are things like if I buy a hoodie because I'm cold, but the value for me is that I'm not cold any longer.
Mm-hmm.
But anything else I buy that has any, like maybe a table or a game or something, it's got to have some kind of value. I got to be able to get something back off of it, and I have to buy it cheap.
Yeah.
I got a question. Just from your own assumptions, what do you think is your customer base more female or male? What do you, from your perspectives, both of y'all's, which way do you think it goes generally? Because women are the biggest consumers in America, but do your things tend to go towards more male observed things? You get what I'm saying?
Online, it's more male. I sell things to male because it's
what you enjoy.
It's more of a male dominated field. Everything that I sell is, except for if I have those occasional female things, then I understand that females buy like
shoes,
pens or shoes or.
Well, that's what my next question was. Has there ever been an item or a certain category that you guys got into and thought, oh, I know I can sell pretty much all of this because, my female customer base, if I have any, is instantly going to buy it up. You get what I'm saying? Like, have you ever changed what you were selling, like a good majority of your percentage of your store, just because you believe it has better value? Have any of you ever done that, or you just stuck with what you know and love?
So are you saying based off
Because I'll use myself as an example. There's a good percentage of my store that now has single pieces of jewelry, and I've noticed that that's my everyday item of like regular basic costume jewelry, and the assumption would be that the customer base is probably going to lean more female that's buying those products, right? Because they're more personalized. What man buys like vintage, brooches, right, for like $15?
Yeah.
Right? So I've noticed that a good portion of my customer base are now females, and I can see their username, right, when I sell. So, I mean, you can kind of put two and two together. I mean, is there possible that you're wrong? I'm using a general assumption.
Yeah.
That I mean, another example, I sell a lot of sorority, like, purse-style tote bags.
Yeah.
I sell at least one a day on average. I mean, sometimes I'll sell 10 in one day, right? Like,
Yeah.
but I've noticed that a good percentage of my store is now flipped because
Yeah.
I don't do. I mean, I do video games when I find them. They're just hard. It's hard to find big deals unless you got big money, right? Like,
I think at the end of the day, I'm not generally like what I'm not generally caring about necessarily the full like
you're
what
not thinking of your
that,
customer. I'm saying, like,
yeah. Well, I just like okay if I see something and I think it's worth money, no matter like what my customer like it doesn't matter to me. Like I just gonna buy it and then because especially if you put it online, like they're just gonna search for it. And it doesn't matter. Like
well, I mean, it does and it doesn't. You think about it; those platforms are working off of like algorithms, and they see that you post it for 100 days straight, sports cards and video games, and then you post something that's female based, more female based, jewelry, perfumes, bags, whatever, shoes.
mhm.
They're not going to pump that listing out as the same rate as they would your regularly sell items. You know what I mean? You don't usually sell these items, and the algorithm's going to think it's just a one-off, and they might not push that listing in that category when somebody actually searches for those keywords. You get
I
what I'm
mean, I,
saying? So I mean, it does affect the traffic to your store.
yeah. I think having similar items, always helps. You know what I mean? But I don't think like that really determines whether I'm gonna buy and sell something. If that make you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like I just if I think there's value there, and and I'm gonna make some money, then that's just how it is to me. Like the customers will come eventually. I feel like I don't know, even if I don't get the top dollar because I don't have that bump.
Well,
Um,
I feel the same way as you. I think eventually my things will sell, but if you're like doing a niche and most of your
mhm.
products are geared towards women, you're going to sell more products as geared
Yeah.
towards.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
and I think that happens a lot on Poshmark, especially because
Yeah.
it's curated that way.
yeah,
Each platform has that way of doing things. Like even if you look at Depop, the younger generation, the way it's curated towards younger generation, that's kind of how it goes. Like so it does help, I think, when you do that. Like if you're thinking about who your buyer is,
sure.
when you're
And
thinking
how
about
many of them you have? Because
yeah,
Yeah,
women make up 85% of the consumer base. So, relatively, through sales are going to be higher just by
yeah,
logic. They would
yeah.
be higher because there's more of them, not counting that even women spend more money than men generally
So who do
anyway.
you think? Do you
I,
think
I
that
think I think what I'm
more
saying
women
is
are
I had
spending
to educate myself
on
in some certain
males?
categories lately. You know what I mean? That's basically where I'm trying to boil that down to. Like, are, are some of us stuck in our certain ways, or are we going to re-educate ourselves to actually try to you know pick it up? Because again, the how many say box sets of Final Fantasy get sold a day, 1 to 5, right? Well, how
yeah.
many like say female based journals? There's 100,000 of them sell a day. So I'm just thinking of I'm trying to think of like trying to get past this economical hole that I feel like we're in
Well,
by re-educating myself.
I think the biggest thing is like if you look at so many things, especially what I sell, and I know Jay sells a lot of same type things too. Even you, I know there's a lot of things you
I
sell,
do, yeah.
but I'm saying the biggest factor is, and I've always said this: is it a need or is it a want? I think that's going to be at the end of the day the biggest factor because if it's something you need, you're going to buy it. Even if the price is a little higher. If there's inflation, I'm saying like or anything, the
Yeah,
prices are
but
rising
that's
on.
what I'm saying. I think I'm stopping to doing that because I love anime, right? I'm a weeb. I love video
Yeah,
games, but
yeah,
some of this stuff is it's priced out so badly that
yeah,
it there's not enough turnaround speed in which it sells,
yeah.
and the amount you can actually get back. And I think I'm starting to think of more of like what sells faster, even if I don't get perfect sell
That's
through.
what I'm saying.
That's what I'm thinking because
Yeah,
I've noticed that again. I sold two big dollar items, the Bionicle and the key. That's probably male based, but they took a little bit longer to sell.
Yeah.
Again, I sell these bags, and
Exactly.
jewelry every day, right? Like
But there's more male buyers on eBay than
I
female
know,
buyers.
but that's what I'm saying because he started bringing up more Depop and Poshmark. He sells on different platforms, so I just assumed, maybe he has an education of like, okay, when I sell on Poshmark, I'm only going to put these items. You know what I mean? Because of the
Yeah.
I
speed at
believe
which
there's
they sell.
more female buyers,
Yeah,
I believe, on Poshmark and Etsy,
yeah,
and
because
and the male buyers are in eBay and Amazon's an all around facility.
yeah, because even the Facebook, that's been extremely slow too, right?
Yeah. Oh, did you hear that? I think they're supposed to be not offering shipping or something that I thought I heard.
They probably
Like
don't
they're
do enough.
Yeah, which is crazy because when they first started, I feel like they were crazy. Like it was insane how much I was shipping out there. I was shipping out on more on Facebook Marketplace than I was on eBay, and that was
Wow.
a year. When they first dropped that, and now it's like it's silent. And when Big starts to die, I'm not going to give my time to
Well,
it.
they didn't like introduce the shipping right away, did they? It was always like a come pick up for free type of site, wasn't it?
Yeah,
At
initially, but
first,
yeah, but around like 2020, like I don't know, it might even been 2020, but I know it was around 2020, 2021, around that time is when they introduced the shipping, and I mean it took off, and I think the biggest factor is because so many people were already on Facebook, and it's just one click away to your item. You know what I mean? If there's another platform that like a social media platform that could offer something like that to where it's just one click away, you're looking at your news, you're talking to your friends. Oh, I'm gonna click here, or even sometimes it just would show up. You're scrolling and you see an item pop up that and that somebody posted for sale, like you weren't even looking for anything. I think it was wild how it was, and I don't know what happened.
well, I think what happened is, a lot of people went to Facebook. Again, they started out doing business for free, but when you ship something through Facebook, it's tax based, right? They're going to send you just like on eBay, they're going to send you a 1099, and
Hmm.
and I think people didn't realize at the start with when they first hopped on it because again, Facebook did that wasn't a known site for like selling things. So when they
Yeah,
did the shipping, a lot of people probably jumped into it, and
yeah.
and they're like, "Oh no, I have to pay taxes on this," right? Like,
Well, yeah, but I'm
and
talking.
then they just stopped even shipping anything because that's just
But
another way to pay taxes, right? Like,
but I'm talking about like the traffic driven by customers, like it just died, and I think that's probably why ultimately they're stopping because they realize they're not getting as many shipping sales.
yeah, but well, because because every scroll has four options of like an Amazon priced
Yeah,
higher item, right? Like,
yeah,
so people are just going to get ran off from that because they're like, why
yeah,
don't I just buy it on Amazon for half the price, right? Like,
yeah.
so no shipping ever happens because it has no like originality.
Yeah. No, that's true.
No,
I
so
mean,
nobody uses it.
yeah,
So just
yeah. I mean, have you guys shipped on Marketplace?
I did, like 2 years ago, we were
I
shipping
never.
certain products, but again, it became more of a hassle than what it was because just the way they set up, right? And the traffic for it wasn't worth it. Again, it's just easier to sell somewhere else.
Hmm.
Except unless you have like a big item, somebody can come to your house, pick it up for free, no taxes involved, and they
Hmm.
go about their way, right? Like,
Yeah,
so I mean, that's more where they should have stayed. You know what I
yeah,
mean? But they can't monetize that.
yeah. No, no, I get it. Now,
Yeah, Facebook Marketplace is I don't know. I don't care much for it.
yeah, I mean, it's just like I said, it died. Like I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think it's dead. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that they're making the right move because if you're not, they it's not like they really had anybody hardly working for them because you message them the support and you get some like basically AI
Yeah.
message, you know.
I think that's where
Right.
all of it's headed. All
Oh,
AI based now, which,
oh yeah, because well, it definitely is. Now I had a that now I'm blanking on what item because I know it was a couple of weeks ago or something. But I had an item that was got flagged on eBay for a counterfeit, and AI reported it.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? Like,
No, it's real. No, it was the Stranger Things DVD, and it literally had the Target sticker on and everything. I'm like, nobody's faking a DVD. The only thing I could think of is because the case was like it looks like a
Oh,
VHS.
yeah, it looks like an old VHS
Yeah,
cassette.
yeah.
yeah. I think that's why. I think the word VHS probably made them think it was counterfeit because I was putting a keyword in there and so it pops
Yeah.
up more and everything, and I thought that was a cool keyword. But
Why are you selling dubbed out Stranger Things VHSs?
yeah,
Can you imagine just recording
yeah,
Stranger Things on VHS and trying
Or
to
the
sell it on
Sony Handycam.
they're
Come
hard.
on, man.
See, that's the thing. There is a niche market for stuff like that. Stuff that comes out on DVD, and then people have a VHS player. They want to watch it on VHS, and there's people that will actually, make their own copies of VHSs, even make a custom cardboard sleeve and everything, and they'll sell it like that. It is crazy, but there is a very niche market for that. If you go on Facebook, there's like some VHS collectors groups and stuff, and there's people in there selling that stuff all the time. Like it could be a brand new movie. If you want like the new Captain America movie on VHS, you can get it.
Yeah.
You seen that Captain America movie, didn't you?
No, not yet. No, I wanted
Are
to.
you? I hear it's a joke, but
Really? I
I
don't know.
don't know.
Yeah, it's getting to be a little tough with Marvel stuff. Even though I got
Yeah.
my Marvel sweatshirt on today. I even got the new Captain America.
Well,
Right
shout
there.
out to Paddington Bear. He went to Peru.
Yeah, yeah. Dude, who's watching the
I
Paddington?
have no clue.
I'm trying to figure out. It's one of those movies. I'm like, who is watching this for them to make more?
I know who is what. I can't believe that somebody's even because my wife was like, I wonder what's at the movies, And I look at through the list and I'm like, never heard of it, never heard of it. Captain America. I didn't even know a new movie was coming out. Paddington Bear goes to Peru, and then there was a couple of like, what is any of this stuff? Who is watching any of this?
I know. I don't even care about watching movies anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I'm a fan, and I'm a fan of Marvel. I don't even watch their movies anymore. I just can't do it. It just,
I
like you
think
said, it's tough. It just don't feel
well,
right.
maybe the market, they flooded it. And I think that happens even with a lot of items that we look to sell all the time. Look at company like apparel companies that have been high end, and then all of a sudden they start selling them in Costco, Walmart, Target. They just flood their own market, and
Yep.
I think that's what Marvel did ultimately.
yeah.
And some of the storytelling, I will say, some of the storytelling, it falls apart. They just messed up, I think they went to a bad direction, and then it's going to be hard to pull away from. It was just bad storytelling. They should have had more comic based people. They made so much money off the show all the way up to Endgame. After that, it fell off. They were trying to make them, like you said, push them out. They were too cheap. They seemed B-rated, really, at some point. Like She-Hulk.
Yeah,
It was okay, but it's just
yeah. I mean,
it seemed B-rated at
I've
points.
watched every single Marvel thing that they've released, and as far as like live action stuff, and I mean, yeah, I don't absolutely enjoy every single thing, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, I still enjoy it more compared to like a lot of other shows or movies that are out there sometimes, but it's definitely fallen off. It's not what it once was. I mean, if you got to think it, just like anything, you build something up to be so great, it's gonna fall down at some point. They're gonna have to rebuild, and I think that's what they're trying to do. They're just struggling. They got by, luckily, I think with the Spider-Man movie with all the cameos in that, or like that's pretty much what they were getting by for a while was all the cameos. Even the Deadpool, Wolverine, and that's what they did. It's basically built off cameos. So they're trying to get back into the stories, but they're having a lot of difficulty.
Yeah, but you notice the ones that had success had people, that are actually fans of, the thing. They wouldn't want to. They don't care about the the profit so much as telling a good story. Like, Ryan Reynolds, he does a great job at Deadpool. He loves it. He always wanted to be Deadpool.
Yeah.
And he did a really good job. And thankfully, Marvel left him alone. And it was, I don't know if you ever seen the Deadpool Wolverine movie, but I mean, it's great. I mean, I love it.
Yeah.
Other Marvel movies, I don't. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't even want to watch them. I don't. It doesn't even. It just even the trailers don't look appealing.
Man, that dude's seen it in 400,000 8K,
Yeah.
400,000 K.
Yeah.
Dude,
The 40X, I went and seen it 40X, and I was getting knocked around. Like every time there was a punch, I go this way, that way. Had blood splatter in my face. It was wild. Like seeing it all in 40X. That was one of the coolest movies. I mean, that was definitely a cool movie to see in 40X. I don't know. I definitely want to go see another movie in 40X, but I don't know what to see. Maybe like another Marvel movie down the road or some. It's got to be an action movie or something. But
Twisters would have been cool though.
yeah, they had that, but they literally. I wanted to go see that, and then they stopped it momentarily doing Twisters in 40X because of the Deadpool Wolverine. So that week that Deadpool Wolverine came out, they stopped showing Twisters, the new Twisters in 40X, and then they resumed that following week. So they kind of just missed it.
While this is on my mind, just to remind you guys, and I'm sure Ray's probably seen it, autographed at the baseball card store.
Oh yes, yeah.
Essex. What do you got? Al Bunbury, Mike Bordick,
yeah,
and
I'm Mike Bilecki.
Oh yeah, Mike Bilecki.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Dundalk
Zone. Mike Bilecki.
Oh, that's right. Ray does autographs. I forgot. Yeah.
Yep.
How many? About how many do you have now at this point? Just ballpark.
Geez, I mean, I know I have like between. I have around 30 signed Funko Pops probably. But autographs overall, I mean, I'm looking. This whole room is just filled with so much stuff. I mean, it's.
You probably even have some tucked away somewhere, right? Like.
Yeah. I was thinking the other day because I got some Vladimir Guerrero Sr. cards, like kind of in one of these showcases. I was thinking about the other day. I'm like, man, I haven't pulled them out in a while, and they're all. I think pretty much every single one in there is signed. So, like, there's probably about like 10 of them in there or something, if not more. And then I have, I mean, it's so much stuff there. I mean, that's kind of my niche, you know. I was hearing, what was it? Carrie talk on Trash or Cash, and he was saying how he doesn't usually particularly mess with autographs that don't have a COA. And
again, he's thinking about reselling.
yeah, but even
he bought a Bo Jackson helmet that was signed the other day.
Oh yeah,
without a COA.
Yeah, I mean,
he got it. He stole the thing.
He got it for cheap, right?
Box of cards and a mini helmet signed from Bo Jackson, and he offered the lady $30, and she's like, "I'll take $50." I know what some of these cards and stuff are worth. And he was like, "Oh, okay, I'll give you $30. You know, you're pulling my hamstring." You know.
I didn't see that. I mean, I get it. Like, it's tough to sell sometimes a little bit without COA, but there's only so many autographs out there that are even worth having a COA. You know what I mean, or to get certified after the fact. Mm-hmm. So, like, I mean, I can look at here, like, who wants to authenticate a Ray Rice autograph?
Right. Yeah, but Bo Jackson's worth it though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's certain ones that are, but you have to keep in mind they're going to be like, you know, most of the time they're going to be like starting at $20. If it's really something good, then they're going to charge you more. I mean, I think it depends on a lot on if it's worth it doing. To me, if it's this is how I see it. If it's like a $400 autograph, I'm probably going to do it. Definitely. I'll get it authenticated. But if it's not, which I don't come across very often, I don't come across $400 autographs at a flea market yard sales very often, real cheap. I'd have to pay up, and then I don't. Then I'm thinking about it. Well, why do I want to buy it? It's not authenticated. I'm not going to put out $100 to $200 for a $400 item or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's what they're going to ask for it. You know what I mean? If it's something really that good, so I don't really run into that issue where I think, you know what, I should get this authenticated. I don't run into that very often.
You know, Kenny, I was telling him the story last week. I think it was on the episode that time we went to the auction to buy and bought baseballs, autographed baseballs, and turned around the next day and sold them all at the flea market. You remember that?
Yeah, it was when we were kids, right? Is that what you're talking about?
No, we weren't kids. We were adults.
We bought so much stuff, I can't keep track of it.
We went to this auction and
Oh, that's right. And you bought all the autograph stuff. That's right. Yeah, it was like inside that little warehouse, like
it was like a warehouse.
It had like a pull-up door. That's right. Yeah, I forgot all about that. We went a couple times, didn't we?
I only remember once, but we bought a bunch of it and we sold it all the next day.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot all about that. Yep.
On Back River Neck Road, that's the flea market.
Yep.
I probably would have bought a lot of it if I would have known.
Oh yeah, this was years ago though.
Yeah. No,
I wish we had some of it now because it was. I think there was a few good. It was Killebrew, wasn't it? Didn't we have a signed
There might have been a Harmon
Killebrew?
Killebrew in there. Yeah, that was.
Something else. I can't. It was a couple other good ones. I can't remember though.
Yeah. But we've been selling forever. Before anybody had a phone to look at anything up.
Yeah.
We've been we've been hustling forever. Forever.
That's good.
Oh yeah.
I mean, so I know you do it so long, it's just natural. You know, obviously it runs in the family.
Yeah.
With you guys.
It does.
But now because I talked about it a little bit before we got on here. Did you guys go sourcing at all recently, or find anything, or cool finds of the week, or
Kenny and I went sourcing over to Goodwill.
the
I
Goodwill?
heard you went sourcing. How about you? What stuff did you find at the Goodwill? Did you go to a Goodwill, right?
Yeah, so I did go to Goodwill today. I wasn't even planning on it. My wife dragged me out to run some errands with her, and we went to Raising Cane's for lunch, and of course there's a Goodwill next door. So pulled them right here, but I got now this guy is broken on here, but it's a bobblehead, Potomac Beavers bobblehead mascot.
Wow.
And but it's missing the sign. Now if it had the sign, I'm guessing probably about $40 or something. But I never this is what got me. His tail bobbles too. Never seen one tail bobble. But can you believe this price? Let's see if you can see that.
$1?
No, $3.
Put it back up. $3. Oh wow, that's $3.
Yeah.
Wow.
I couldn't believe I've never seen bobbleheads that cheap at Goodwill, at least not in years. And then it's the first stuff I even seen. As soon as I get back there, I go to the hard goods, and I seen that, and then I seen this one right next to the Billy Goat from Navy.
Yep. Navy.
And then this one was even cheaper, $2.50.
50 cents.
That's probably more expensive than the last one.
Now this one's $30. As the condition it is, I think it's still pretty good condition. But and I picked up a hat for hats. They had hats there for $3.50. Which I haven't seen hats at a thrift store for $3.50 in a while. They're always $5 to $10.
Wow.
So
That's
that
good.
was pretty wild, yeah.
I know a couple weeks ago I got my best find, which I haven't listed it yet, was a you put yourself to it and it tests for if you sweat too much. It's a machine for that. And I paid $6, I believe it was, and it's worth $500. I got it at a Goodwill. But I have some stuff right here next to me.
I was about to say, you're gonna bring out what the other thing you found at Goodwill?
I hope I do. I don't know which one it is.
Moet?
Oh, yeah.
You forgot all about that, didn't you? Wait till you see this, Bray. When you see this, you're gonna be like, "Oh man," you're gonna feel a little jealous.
I don't know. You did like a grabbing motion. Okay.
That's why, right? Like,
Hold on. I gotta move myself over. I'm blocking it.
for the people at home that can't see this, it's special edition authenticated Moet and Shendo champagne basketball, limited edition one.
Limited edition basketball.
Shandon.
Yeah.
There's only one on eBay right now for $350,
Wow.
and yeah, who knows? And I just made a draft yesterday for $200.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I can get that, but I paid $3.
Okay.
$3 for
bad.
it.
Mhm.
And they'll be able to see it. They'll be able to see it.
So that's the thing. Okay, so you see one for 300, and so you think there's only one listed.
Well, it's 350 for I think the one that's listed,
Oh,
right?
350. Yeah,
I think it's 350, and
So-
it's brand new.
Okay, but you think that 200 is the price, like considering that there's only other one. See, that's how I just want to know your thought process of pricing it basically like $100 under the next one.
Yeah. I mean, so I don't know what the market
Mm-hmm.
entail. I put 200. Dude, it sells for
Yeah.
$150, $100. Guess what? I paid $3 for it. I don't care.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I've moved.
I'm bad at
I've
that.
sold in my lifetime, Ray.
I like your
I've
name
sold
change, Kenny.
hundreds of thousands of items in my lifetime. I paid $3 for it. If it goes for $100, I don't care.
Yeah. I don't know what is harming.
I would say millions of items, James. We've sold millions.
Yeah,
It
man,
adds
why
up.
not?
You think it's thousands upon thousands,
I guess.
week after week after week after day, right? Of just thousands of items being sold on a daily basis. That adds up. You know what I mean?
The
For
last
the last
2 weeks,
30
I've been
years.
the slowest. In the last 2 years, I've been the slowest at selling.
Yeah.
I've sold way more than I've ever sold.
Hmm.
I probably sold more 3 years ago than I've sold in the last 2 years.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean you're probably right because I mean if stuff is slow moving, which a lot of stuff I feel like in my store is. I mean, I guess my thought process is like, okay, if something's 300, I'll put mine up at 250 and put best offer on it. So then if somebody wants to even take offer to 200, then or somebody might just come in and buy it for 250, and
Yeah.
I give myself a chance at the 250.
And you're
Yeah.
right, and you could
But
be
it's tough.
possibly right thinking that way. I just like
yeah. No,
I mean, I agree and I disagree. Here's why I would disagree, because sometimes it won't sell for $250, and you'll forget that you even listed it. Then it's sitting in a bin, not selling at $250 for a year, and then you go, "Oh, look at this thing," and then you forget you should have lowered the price, right? Like,
Yeah.
and I think that's James's. I kind of want to be that too, because it's like just the speed. Again, he paid $3 for it, right? Like,
well, that's the
he gets
thing.
150 out of it. That's awesome.
It's no. I think it's great, and like I said, well, my way, even my thought process could be wrong. It's hard to ever really completely know because
Yeah.
say if I list it for, like I said, 250. Now there's no actual solds of that basketball, right? You said
Not
Yeah,
for a
no,
while.
so. So if there's only actives, the market might have already changed. Somebody out there is only willing to pay $100.
absolutely.
And then over the years, say like it was 300, then it goes to 200, and next thing you know, I have it for another year, and now it's only worth 100. And if I hold on to another year, then it's only worth 50. You
Yeah.
know, like stuff will depreciate in value because
and it will. Quick.
will.
the market changes all the time. So yeah,
Then I did. I get I don't know if you guys see that. It's I didn't find any of these on there. They're mini yo-yos with keychains.
huh? What
From-
what year would that come out
A
from?
company called Mannix. I don't know, but by the packaging, I can't find a year on it. But by the packaging and other Mannix packaging, they're over 25 years old.
Yeah, they're probably late 90s.
Yeah.
That color palette,
And then I bought this just for its 50 cents. A Wiggles
All the-
coloring book. And these are pretty decent sellers. This one is. So I mean, I'm only gonna make like $10 on it. But then I found like the TI calculators for $3 a piece, or one for $2, another one for $3. They were just kind of laying on the thing. But the TI-89 titaniums, they sell for around $40, I guess. I paid $3.
Boy, how has that market changed? You know,
That market changed a whole lot. You know, but there's still, but that 89 titanium is, I think it was 200% sell-through rate, which is okay, but the prices have went down.
Yeah.
And then I bought this one. The back's missing off of it. This is an 84 plus. I got it for $2, and even at parts, they're like $11 to $13 plus shipping. But just working, they're like 30. So
yeah.
I think I make a couple bucks off of that. And then I got a couple other things like I got this Presto professional salad shooter. You put like a potato in it, or you put different things in it. And I paid $6 for that, and I'm gonna get 35 plus shipping, and it works. I tested it out. Then I bought a Ninja.
Somebody must have went off their diet. They didn't, they don't need it anymore.
Dude, it looks brand new in the inside. Then I bought a Ninja oven for $6. Plugged it in. Everything works on it. It's digital, and I should get like $60, $70 for that. $60 or $70 for that, and then I wound up getting a a toaster oven that was pretty. This was from the week before though. Toaster oven, a name that I'm not even familiar with, which is they sell for around $200. I paid $6 for it. It works. I'm gonna sell it used. I'll probably get like $60, $70 for it. So yeah, it was pretty good. Some pretty good little things.
Yeah. Not bad.
How about you, Kenny?
I bought a lot of things, 50 cents, $1. Most of them go, 10 to 15. Nothing really like special, just, run-of-the-mill items. But I did run into, I have one card left. These were called Otaku Waifu cards. I'm going to cover up a part of it so it's YouTube friendly. But if people run into these, each one of these cards is at least $20, sometimes more, if they're sealed. And I'll show you kind of what it looks like, but I got to be YouTube friendly with everybody because it has some material. But that's the front of it. Here's the back of it. This is my last one. I can't sell it on eBay because it has an explicit. All the other ones, this is the only one. It actually is probably one of the more expensive ones, but it's the only one with looks like nudity on it. All the other ones, so they're basically little YOLO cards, and you'll see an Otaku. Each card, if you find a set of them, you got $500 in your hand, And a lot of people just threw these away or just threw them to the side. Nobody cared about them with the boxes of stuff, anime-based stuff. So it's a good little bolo item because people might see them and go, oh, that's just like a cartoon card. Even if you don't like anime, you should pick them up because they instantly sell.
Where do you plan on selling it if you can't really sell them on eBay because of the nudity?
This one, I had the whole set. I broke it up and made more money off of it. This, I'll sell it to somebody at the flea market or something because I can't sell it,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I got kicked off of Mercari because they thought I had fake items. So I was doing Mercari for a little while and they kicked me off. I just got an email like, oh, we suspended your whole account because we found counterfeit items. And they were the same, female tote bags, sorority tote bags that I sold 1,000 of them. Right? I think somebody just, reported me, I think. I have a feeling, I have no idea.
Dude, right? Mercari's a joke sometimes because I messaged them and reported somebody that had some profanity in their username, right? Mm-hmm. It was literally in their username, and then their description of their Mercari store or whatever and all their info, it said basically how to scam sellers. It was the whole thing on there. It said all how to scam sellers and do this and do that. You'll get your money back. Just report it as fraud with your credit card and all this stuff. And I messaged Macari, and then like they just like didn't even really take it seriously. Like they didn't. I think that guy's account was still up there when I checked like a week ago. Like, how are you gonna let somebody bad talk your company and and tell
and teach people how to defraud your customers?
Yeah, I know, ain't it?
I mean, defraud your the sellers that are trying to keep your platform alive.
Yep. Yeah, I mean it's wild. It really
and yet
is.
they took me down because I had a completely legitimate item that somebody said was fake, and it wasn't, and they suspended me without question. That's crazy.
Yep.
They could clearly see it wasn't a fake item. It wasn't counterfeit. I put the the maker's name in there and all that, right?
I do think Macari's getting a little stricter on that. Like, they used to be kind of loose on a lot of their counterfeit items or anything, but they're trying, and that's the difficulty. They're going from where they were loose about it to and trying to crack down, and it's a thin line. They're not educated enough, I feel like, to know exactly, and they're just going off reported items or whatever.
And there's probably AI involved too,
Yeah, something like that too. Yeah, but I did want to talk today too about Macari. They're finally changing their shipping. So since Ground Advantage has come out, they still, if it was over a pound, you could only ship with priority.
Yeah.
Or FedEx, or you could do USPS priority, do FedEx or UPS. But now they're changing it to where you can, just like you can ship up to 20 pounds as USPS Ground Advantage, which is crazy because you got to think there was a big price jump. If it was over a pound, it would go crazy in price. Like, it could be something like, if it was over a pound, it just jumps up to like $26 or something.
If it went to California or something, Alaska,
Well, no, because theirs is a flat rate. So if it wouldn't matter based on location on Macari.
Oh, so they were just using the flat rate boxes.
No, not even that. Well, I mean a flat price. Like, it's so it doesn't. The pricing on Macari for shipping never changes based on location. It's just the price that they charge for
got it.
So, if there is a difference, I think Macari would eat it, or it's somewhere in their contracts that whatever, it probably gets taken care of because they bring in so much business to USPS or anybody else they deal with. But I don't know. I don't know why they waited so long to finally offer Ground Advantage over a pound.
Because they probably had a contract with USPS, and they just had to wait for that contract to run out, maybe. It could be anything, right? They could have just been slow to the game, Who knows, right?
Yeah. So, do we want to do the our shipper skip segment?
Yeah.
All right.
So how many you have today?
I have 4. So I actually had 4 that I posted throughout the week. Not many responses this week. So guys, if you're still listening, make sure you follow us on Instagram, JunkJaw, and you can actually comment. We'll talk about it on episodes. We'll talk about it on the show if you would ship or skip some of these items, or that we'll have. But first one, would you ship or skip a unicycle with a mystery wobble?
I would ship it.
I would skip it.
Skip it? I think I would ship it. Now, what do you guys think? Like, why would you ship or skip?
I would ship because it's very, very easy to ship that thing. I just put it in the description. It has a little wobble in it, and it could be just the tire.
Yeah, it could be a loose bolt, and you don't have the right tool to fix it.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I don't want the return. That's why.
Yeah.
You want to return me something like a DVD, I'm cool with it. You want to return a tricycle.
A unicycle, yeah.
You know what I mean? Or unicycle, yeah.
Well, I mean, and I know it can be kind of difficult sometimes, because if you list something as part/repair only, you know what I mean? I guess that's how I would probably list it, obviously. But you're still going to get people that just don't read, and then they're going to want to return it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
That's why I just don't want to do it because it's broken.
Yeah. Nope, I get it.
Hmm.
All right, next one. Would you ship or skip a ceramic clown that laughs when you walk by?
Oh yeah.
I'm shipping.
How big is
I'm
it?
shipping.
How big is it? We'll just say
Didn't
average,
say.
like 10 to 12 inches.
Yeah.
Okay. I hate glass stuff, but I'll still ship
I'll
it.
ship.
I'll still
because
ship
I
it.
want it out of my house. I
Yeah.
don't want it go. I don't want it laughing at me in my poor eBay sales anymore.
Yeah. Hey, laughing at you. Yeah, I'm gonna go ship today.
Yeah. Oh, I got one item. That's
Yeah,
it.
you got
It's
one
not
item
me.
for $4.
Hey! I sold 2 Teddy Pendergrass albums. Okay.
All right.
For
next
$15.
one.
Yeah.
Would you ship a collection of vintage bowling trophies? Sadly, none with your name on them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yep. Easy ships.
Yeah. Yeah. Sadly, none. Even if they were all yours, and they none of. Well, actually, that doesn't make sense. Never mind. I don't even know where I'm going with that. But yeah, I think I would ship them because especially. If as long as they have value, even though I know ones that have people's name on them usually don't, and it doesn't have my name on because I suck at bowling.
Is that all? That's all we have today?
No, one more. Let me see.
Because I got a bonus one.
I got one more. All right. Would you ship a full suit of armor?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's probably
Yeah.
worth a bunch of money too.
Probably. Yeah. I would hate shipping it.
I'll even have a bonus one, okay? So you go ahead, James. You got the bonus one.
Would you ship an already inflated sex doll?
A what? I can't hear you with all that food in your mouth.
Who used it?
Would you ship an already inflated sex doll?
Oh my gosh. No. That
No?
wouldn't even.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't even touch it.
Absolutely.
And you can't deflate it, so it just stays inflated. You
Yep.
said no.
I'll wrap it up in a trash bag. I'll make sure they know what it is. I don't care.
No.
Ray's like, no.
No.
Okay, here's mine. Would you ship or what's the name of the game?
Ship or skip?
Ship or skip. It's a thermal label printer, but it only prints labels in mirrored image.
As long as I could do like a parts or repair, and tell people that it's all it does. I don't know.
Yeah, I ship it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd ship it too. You're going to get a return though. I mean, it's coming back to you. You might be able to lie to eBay and maybe keep your money.
Maybe I'll remove. I don't know at that point. Yeah, because they didn't get it. I don't know. Yeah. As long.
Just don't get the return on the sex doll.
Yeah. Now, okay.
Hold on. Now, if you got the return on the sex doll, would you check and see if it was used? And how would you check that?
And would you relist it
It's
if you found out it was?
Jay, if you get that back, I know where it's going. It's going to go on your OnlyFans account.
I mean, what would you do? Would you do the finger test and then sniff?
This is going too far. I can't.
You know what
My
they
wife
say,
just got home. She said, "This is disgusting."
James. You know what they say. You never bite the hand that fingers you.
If I get something like that back, I'm gonna leave him at the. I'm gonna not him, her.
Him. Oh my God! Right.
We know where Ray's shopping at now.
I'm gonna leave that thing at the post office as their formal greeter.
That'd be funny. Oh yeah.
Got a new job.
Always look surprised.
Yeah. And I tell you, I went to the post office today, and what a joke again.
Oh really?
I probably waited in line, and there was only one person in front of me. Well, actually two, because they were both up at the counter, but they only had 2 counters open. I waited in that line probably for about 25 minutes, and I'm next up in line. They shouldn't take it long, but they keep prioritizing the passports over
they do.
the normal mail, which is it's getting so annoying. And so the one woman was taking care of them, and then the next counter, they didn't have anybody actually working the counter right then and there, but because they were in the back looking for the person's package, and they come while she's gone and she's looking for it, that manager in there goes to her computer and sits down and just starts printing a bunch of paperwork. So then he clogs up the line because by the time she comes back, she's ready for me, and she can't even jump on. So I had to wait basically mostly 20 minutes just waiting for him to print out paperwork for who knows what. I'm like, you're going to tell me there's no other computer in that darn post office? Considering they didn't even have all the counters open, there was another counter over there. I'm sure, he could have went to the far computer.
Does the same thing, right?
Yeah, he's an idiot.
I don't know if you've been to that first girl as soon as you get in. That's all the way to the right hand side.
Yeah.
But be careful when you have her scan them packages. Make sure, because what she does to me is she'll keep it on the scale and then scan another one. Never removes it. So if you have a 4-ounce package and an 8-ounce package and a 12-ounce package, as she's scanning it, it's going to come up as say if it's a 12-ounce and you put it on there and then you put 4-ounce. She's going to scan that 4-ounce. It's going to come up as it's rang up as 12-ounce.
Yeah.
And they're going to come back and they're going to charge you because it's missed. You got to watch that because I've told her about it before. Now she's so lazy that she got mad at me.
Oh, well, you see how they have a sign up there in there too saying no, not to be on her phone, but then she's always on her phone.
Always on her phone.
Go in there. They put that sign up for her, and they don't even enforce it. They don't care.
They don't care.
So when you go in there and do it, make sure you give her the lightest package you could possibly have. And then if she wants to scan it, if it's a 12-ounce package and it's on the scale as a 4-ounce, let that be. Because if not, it can
So always give her the lightest ones first, and then
always give her the light one first. Yep.
And then if you're starting to do boxes, so how we do it, if it's like regular bubble mailer stuff, then when she sees a box, you make sure you give her the lightest box because she's going to transition over to just ringing up boxes a certain way.
See, I don't deal with that too much because of my scan forms. I give them scan forms usually.
So they don't scan them in?
No, they don't weigh them. So they won't weigh because that's the whole point of scan form. They just scan and put them back there. I had one today that wasn't on the scan form. That was it. So all she had to do was scan the scan form, scan the one in, done.
Yeah. Okay.
I
don't do scan forms.
I know.
Yeah, me either. I make them work. I'll even go in there with QR codes. I don't care.
Yeah, well, that's what before, I said that.
Always try to talk me into doing the scan. Why can't you do the scan thing? I don't want to do scan forms.
Yeah, I don't want to waste my paper. You going to pay for the paper?
Nor is my ink. Right.
Yeah, or the ink, or the electricity, or just the time of that and actually print it out. And then when I'm supposed to do the scan form after you scan it, I'm going to have to just throw it away and waste it.
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
It'd be different if you could you could print it out on one thermal printer, right? Instead of having to actually have another whole printer hooked up, you could they should make it where you can just print out and each 4x6 label has, can hold 12 little scan things. Bop, 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 bop. But you got to have a whole
I
nother
mean,
printer, you know.
Bop, 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 bop.
oh, Kenny's going in and out.
I'm going in and out.
Yeah, frozen.
He's
And I-
frozen a little bit. Can you hear me?
I can hear you guys.
Looks like he's back now. Look, well,
Okay.
a little bit.
Harmon's back.
It'll show up perfect at the end.
Yeah, no, I know it will. So I had another question for you guys. Is it Kaching or Chuching?
Cha-ching. Oh, that's a good question.
It's Chuching. That's how you spell it out. C-H-A.
Go Kaching too. I've seen.
I say ka-ching.
You say Kaching. I say Chuching. Like when you
Cha-ching.
hear the eBay, is it
But it's
Chuching or Kaching?
Cha-ching.
I think it's Chuching.
It's cha-ching. I know it's cha-ching. I know it's cha-ching, but I say ka-ching.
Mm.
I don't know. I thought of that the other day because I seen multiple people on Instagram posting Kaching and then other people were posting Chuching. So I'm like, what do you is it Chuching or Kaching?
Sounds like Asian cousins.
That sounds like that's.
My cousin, my cousin Chuching and Kaching. You know what I mean?
What is this guy doing? Or somebody keeps coming to my house. I don't know what the heck they're doing.
They're coming to your house.
Well, they're like,
Don't worry, everybody. Sandwiches ain't gonna get murdered on our podcast today.
it's just, yeah.
Somebody just
Hey,
swatted.
That's a lot
Ray.
from last week.
We'll get lots of followers then. You guys will have to talk about the whole murder.
He sold me this sex doll. It has a hole in it already.
It's the lot lizard from the flea market from last week.
Oh my god, he got attacked by the lot lister again.
I don't know. It's like one of those salespeople. They're walking on the tablet, but he keeps walking up.
They're called Mormons.
Like he's come up to my porch like 3 or 4 times already. Like, leave, dude.
That's crazy.
Now,
Hey.
there's a question I want to ask you. I'm not going to ask you.
We
You
need to
guys
do a
all right?
couple viral shorts.
Yeah. I thought you said you had a question. I'm like waiting.
What does this guy that keeps walking up to your house look like?
I don't know. It's just a guy wearing a beanie and with an X on it. Like I don't know if it's Xfinity or something. I have no idea.
He was sent by Elon Musk.
It was sent by, as you already say, sent by Elon Musk.
Yeah. Jeez.
We heard you
Yeah.
talk shit about Tesla.
Well, he could just ship me out to space.
Yeah.
He's gonna put a jail in space.
I could see that.
That's where the next Guantanamo Bay is.
I could see him doing
It's
that.
on the
Too.
moon.
Ship the whole jail out and just let it revolve around there. That'd be crazy.
Oh my gosh.
What
What
is the craziest thing you guys ever bought to resell?
Kenny already answered this question for himself earlier.
Yeah, I'll buy anything. I think one time before, years ago, I bought a box that had like 10 of these like things in them. They were about yay long, and they turned on, and I thought they were massagers, and I really just did not pay attention to them at all. And they turned out to be vibrators. Basically, I bought a box of vibrators. They looked like massagers, but then when I looked up the names, it was a box of sex vibrators. It just that it was an accident.
Where's this episode going? Like, I guess
What are we gonna call this?
It was
we
an
trying
accidental
to-
buy.
Are we trying to cross post this platforms like to OnlyFans too? Like,
Well, no, you see on YouTube, you only got to worry about the first 10 minutes.
next thing you know, next week we're gonna be selling doing live shows of selling stuff half naked or something.
Oh,
Like
I'm not wearing any pants now.
yeah, that's normal work at home attire.
Yes, it is.
2020.
man.
Oh,
I'll
man.
tell you, bro.
How many
Oh,
times have you how many times have you ever sat there and listed things at home in your pajamas? Think about it.
I do it.
There
like,
should be reseller pajamas.
I'll list things when I'm in bed. Like I wake up in the morning, I didn't even get out of bed, and I'm like, you know what? I got a few listings from last night that I haven't finished. I'm gonna just lay there in bed till I fully want to get up. And
Yep.
all the time. I think there's a lot of people that do that. I'll do that at night when I have a lot of listings. I'll just list until I fall asleep.
But there is something to say that when you get up, you put your shoes on, get dressed, and you actually almost treat it like a work day.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I become more productive when I'm like that. When I'm in my PJs and I'm nice and comfy, I'm not so enthused to actually work. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
so I think the best thing to do is to pop up, get dressed as fast as possible, put your clothes on, drink your coffee, and get your day moving. I try to do that. Sometimes I don't. Everybody's lazy sometimes. I would recommend to do that.
Yeah. Well, I used to for a while. I mean, I've really kind of dropped off now, but I was getting up at 5 a.m. every single day. I get up, come down to the basement, just start doing whatever. If I want to do listings, markdowns, cross posting, shipping, whatever I wanted to do, I just jump right into it.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, and I see that's the thing. I feel like I jump too quick into it, and I wouldn't even get myself anything to drink. I'm like dehydrated as anything. By the time
Oh no, I gotta get the coffee. You gotta get the coffee in you.
Yeah.
Well, coffee's gonna dehydrate you.
I could drink it all day. It doesn't matter.
In the morning a lot.
There's a diuretic.
Yeah. See, me and Jay know about getting up early and selling things, right? Like, get up 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning to go sell in person,
Yeah, go.
You do that. And God bless James. He took care of it for a while. That wintertime, getting up, man, that wears you out by, noon. Your body's aching. I mean, you were out in the cold for so long, your bones ache.
Oh, I know how
it's a hard day's work.
When I would go down to the Ravens Stadium and wait outside for players' autographs for years and stuff like that, like waiting for players to walk by. I mean, you have to get down there like 6 a.m. and then you'd be out there till probably about a half hour to an hour before game time. So, but if the game was at like obviously 1 o'clock, been down there since 6 a.m. out there till 1 o'clock, it could be freezing. It doesn't matter. And then I would go somewhere, eat, watch the game, for most of the game, and go back down right after the game, and I'm back out in the cold. Sometimes it's especially during the winter. Yeah, it gets dark early, so it's already dark out pretty much. By the time I get back, when I get back down there, it's about to be dark. So then it's getting colder again. I mean,
I can't stand the winter.
Mm-mm.
I hate the winter. I don't like it. Nope.
No.
But, during the whole time, my wife would wake me up and slap me around, told me I had to get out of the house and make sure I get out there and do it. If not, she'd be really mad.
She said that to you the other night, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Stop being such a lazy bitch.
Pray for me, guys. Pray for me.
She did.
Well, if I don't hear from you for a while, I know what happened.
She killed me.
I'll call it in.
What?
Or will I? Me and Kenny will just do the podcast without you.
Oh, screw me, huh, sandwiches?
Oh man. But yeah. Oh, I got a prohibited policy notification the other day too on eBay.
Oh, really?
Prohibited item. I mean, it was those darn like vitamins, that hair vitamins, whatever.
Yeah.
after I've already sold some of them, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, you got 2 left. You can't sell them."
All of a sudden, you can't sell the things.
Yep.
That's
So
great.
luckily, I got 2 left. I only have $1 into each of them, so it's like whatever. It ain't
Okay.
worth
Yeah.
it. You know,
Doesn't
I
matter.
just and they're expired too. That might be why they got flagged, though. Actually.
Oh, that's probably it.
Yeah, that's possible. Yeah.
Yeah, so that actually might be why too. I thought that because something is weird, like if you could sell expired ink or different,
Yeah.
other expired products on there sometimes.
But we're not eating it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
exactly.
a consumable.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me
Yeah,
ask you a
true.
question. So since we're talking about consumables,
Like suppositories.
what does a what does a reseller eat for breakfast? What do you got? It's not a positive. What is your eating like during the day? What do you eat for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack?
Well, definitely not eggs lately because they're too darn expensive.
Yeah, I mean, really.
So I've been, maybe, and it depends. Like it might be some fruit and like some toast or something lately, or if it's maybe I don't know. I guess it depends what I have. Like maybe some muffins or something like that.
What about for lunch?
Lunch. It just depends, I guess. What I mean, it always changes. It might be a sandwich, or it might sandwiches for a sandwich. Or like some soup or.
I just get curious. Like, is there something that because you're a reseller, you're like, I need like to eat a banana a day to keep myself up.
Well, I drink coffee in the morning, and then I usually eat like the 3 for Me for $10.99 at Chili's. That's a big part of my diet. And then and then I ate like a third of like a Cool Whip container with ice cream mixed inside of it. And maybe like oodles and noodles, like Nissan chicken chow mains.
He does.
We've been hooked on. They got those cup of noodles like that, but they're the stir fry ones, and they have rice and noodles in it.
The black cup ones,
okay.
right?
Yeah, but like if you get the ones that it's rice and noodles, because there's some black cup ones that were
Yeah, they were just special
like,
ones, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, they had them at I think Ollie's for like 99 cents or something.
Well, they have them at Family Dollar too.
Okay.
Yeah, Family Dollar carries a lot of that,
But I haven't been able to find the ones with rice and noodles, both in one, like anywhere.
I was picking them up at Walmart and Aberdeen. They had all of it, They even had some of the import, because I eat a lot of oodles and noodles,
Mm-hmm.
I love it,
Yeah.
They're not good for you, but they're really good.
Yeah.
The way I look at it, I got to have like 4,000 milligrams of sodium a day.
Right? Yeah.
That's my daily allowance.
Yeah. No, I get it.
One of them cups of soups is like 1,200 or 1,600.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We usually eat like 3 packs of oodles and noodles at a time.
Now, are you guys still buying eggs with these crazy prices, or?
Dude, I haven't bought eggs in. It's probably about a month. I think the dozen of eggs I have are about going.
What are you substituting since you don't have eggs?
I'm just not eating anything that requires eggs.
Like if you were to bake a cake, is there anything you do? No.
No, we would use an egg.
Yeah.
My wife made some brownies the other day, and it was the Christmas brownies we got from the clearance section over there. We thought it was just supposed to be topped with like peppermint at the Wise store, and we baked them, and the chocolate had the peppermint flavor within. She's like, I wasted an egg for this. I can't stand stuff that tastes like peppermint.
Yeah, my wife is the same way. I don't mind it, but yeah, like I don't know. I don't mind, like I like chocolate chip mint ice cream or whatever, and like a York patty or something like that. But what I was going to say, I actually substitute because I looked up online to try to figure out what to substitute an egg, like if you're baking and all. I used a can of Coca-Cola.
Can of Coca-Cola.
Well, actually,
Coca-
Aldi brand cola, but yeah, if you use a can of cola with like I used it with chocolate cake mix, dude, it's good. Like it doesn't even. I mean, it has a little bit of a different taste, but it didn't make a difference in the texture. I think it's probably even like a little fluffier of a cake, but and it's cheaper than it's way cheaper than eggs. They got cases of soda for $3, what eggs used to cost.
Yeah, well,
You know,
dude, 5 years ago, we used to be able to get eggs at Aldi's, dude, for like 39 cents. You remember that?
Yeah.
69
Yeah.
cents, 79 cents, 49 cents, and it'd fluctuate throughout the whole week. But it's like now, I don't know
yeah,
how
it's
the eggs, I don't
ridiculous.
know how much they are now.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, they're
$7 to $9 a dozen, right?
they keep going up. It's like every time I
Yeah.
check, it's up another $1.
Well, let me ask you a question: how can they sell eggs cost that much for eggs, but yet they can sell the chicken for like $1.99 a pound?
Or I can go to Costco and get a $5 chicken still.
Yeah, or just go to like
I
Wise.
know that's a loss leader for them, but like,
Yeah.
but still, you think I could still probably go to Walmart and get a rotisserie chicken still for about $5 or $6.
$5.99, $6.99 at Walmart.
Yeah,
Rotisserie chickens. I think it's $6.99. I think it is.
Dude, they're delicious. I love the rotisserie.
Yeah.
Me too. I break it up and make like chicken salad.
yeah, you can do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
like that.
Talking
That's
about chicken,
cool.
my wife said she's going to the rural farm store for dinner to get some chicken. We got we get free points, so we got the free points that where you can get like an 8-piece chicken for free.
I'm hungry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
I
We're
know.
talking about food.
Oh man,
Have you ever now we're talking about food.
I know
Just
we're getting
all
way off retail.
What type of food have you ever resold, or have you?
We talked about this, right? Yeah, I think we talked about it.
We talked about it one time down down the line.
When Hostess went out of business, because they owned when they Hostess temporarily went out of business years ago. I worked at Rite Aid. I had bought Wonder Bread because Hostess owned Wonder Bread, and thinking that was a good idea, and then I bought it, and I'm like, why the heck did I buy this? I can't. How am I going to ship a loaf of bread? Like,
Mhm.
but I probably had, I bought at the time I thought, oh, well, I guess at least I got the last loaf of Wonder Bread.
We talking about online or does it matter?
No, I don't think it matters. Just resell
Well,
it.
it's probably like taco seasoning packets that we bought from like the Amish in Pennsylvania, and like red dried chili flakes, and we bought a bunch of like almost like Mexican food from the Amish in Pennsylvania, and then drove it back down to Maryland and set up the flea market and sold it for a profit.
Yep.
I,
Yeah, we went.
I did sell candy once. I forgot I had when I worked at Rite Aid. Another thing I bought at Rite Aid, we were remodeling, so they were getting rid of so many products, obviously, and they marked down all kinds of candy. It was like stuff was 80 to 90% off for candy. And even so I was buying like the case, and I'm saying like the single bars or candy bars and stuff like that, whatever it was that we weren't going to carry anymore. I bought it and I took it to the flea market, and so I had all this sports memorabilia and stuff, and then I had like half of my table was candy at one point.
That's all right too.
I will say, I got a little bolo. I suck on these little candies, right? These little hard round fruit candies. If you go on Amazon or eBay, anywhere to buy these, it's like $9 a pound for these. But at the Dollar Tree for $1.25, they had the bags of like 12 ounces of these for $1.25. I was actually thinking about buying a bunch of those bags and like breaking them down and reselling pounds of hard candy. Because you'd make at least $5, $6 off of each pound.
Now,
I just haven't done it, right? Like, I mean, it's probably it would probably work because it's a big seller. Amazon is not cheap for little hard candies.
Yeah, you probably can't sell them on Amazon once you break them down, right? Like, because
you would put it in your own bag and make your own label.
Yeah.
You open the bag up,
Yeah.
put it in another clear bag, and then you print out your own label and put it right on the bag.
There's still like regulations with that though. You can't just repackage anything and just put it on Amazon. I know in person you can get away with a little more.
Tell me what company made this. Right?
I know, but there might be. I don't know. There's got to. Okay, what about that movie? I know this is different.
You could sell it on eBay. eBay sells this. If you go to look for these little hard candies, because I am addicted to them, I go on Amazon, and the same sellers are on eBay. You could see the same photos and the same names of the stores. They sell it on eBay too, at the same price. $9, $10 a pound.
Yeah.
Watch after this podcast. Look up little fruit round hard candies on eBay, and the cheapest you'll find is like $9 a pound. Maybe you might find somebody with $7.
But I'm sure. I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's like some, for legal reasons you shouldn't repackage it because
you're right. You shouldn't. You shouldn't. But we sell. We could just put the name. We could just say they're
individually packaged.
They're individually packaged anyway.
I get that, but like okay, think about things like being recalled and all. What if that candy got recalled, and how would they know? You wouldn't know. That's the whole reason. You could get somebody really sick because that candy was recalled and you didn't know, and then you have it all in all these bags.
I mean, that could happen to anything, right?
Yeah, but
you are right with you never know. Yeah, because if it did get recalled,
yeah,
you are liable for all that.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that they're already packaged in bags, right? Like you could just buy these bags of hard candy and list them and sell them already. You didn't even have to break them down, really.
Yeah.
I'm just saying if you want to make 1 pound bags.
Yeah, no, I get it.
You'd have to open it up and.
No, I get what you're saying. I think it's different when it's in like a set. On like a in-person setting for some. I don't, because it's now like all the candy that the Amish market, they get like. I know for sure they didn't make all that candy.
No, they buy from distributors in gigantic clear bags and they just separate it.
Yeah, but in that case, it's regulated that it's coming from one supplier.
Mm-hmm.
You could get your stuff from different suppliers all the time. It doesn't, but
you know what, you could if you went to a place where I rented a spot to be able to cook food in, right, where it's a sanitization place. I could go ahead and repack it right there, and it wouldn't make any difference.
Yeah, I don't know. I look.
You're allowed to do that.
I know it's different. I know this is a completely different category, but I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie War Dogs, and they repacked all that ammo.
Yeah, but ammo's federally regulated to a point of like.
Yeah.
It's under a controlled substance, basically. I mean, it's not the same thing as like hard candies, right? Like
I mean, food is still regulated,
but it's not. It's not regulated. It's regulated by the state, and there's laws around it. Anybody can buy that candy. Not everybody can buy that ammo.
And not only that, we can fall under. There's a law where you could fall under like an at-home making. What is that? I'm trying to remember the law. Where, like, if you do baked goods and you're allowed to, like, go out there and sell them on the corner.
Yeah.
A baked good.
You just can't call it Duncan Hines if you make your cakes with Duncan Hines.
Okay.
I know we're repackaging, but, somebody could do that and say, yeah, I made this at my house.
Okay, let me ask you this. Okay, if I bought this bobblehead, right? All right, we'll say he's brand new, right? But I bought a whole bunch of them. All the boxes are damaged. I want to repackage them into new boxes and sell them as new. But technically, they're not the original packaging. Mm-hmm. How was that? Isn't that a little deceiving to buyers if it's not the original packaging?
It is deceiving to buyers, but I believe probably those. So you would really have to do your study and find out. You could buy. Like go to a distributor and just buy a clear bag, which gives you all the right to dump those and then change the branding of the whole food.
Because you think about it, they have generic Swedish fish or red vines. You know what I mean?
That's a different thing. That's an item made by another company
and it's patented
to be resold as another thing. It's just like a patent mark in that you're not allowed to. And not only that is that has
You
a
don't.
trademark.
Okay, yeah, but you don't think that the some of that candy might have certain molds to them that are only
It
specific to
does,
those?
but you have certain candies that are just generally like you got. If you can't say it's a Twizzler and you can't sell the design of a Twizzler, but they do make a generic style version that you can go to distributor and
Yeah.
buy these things that kind of look like Twizzlers, but they're not Twizzlers,
Mhm.
And
right?
you could you could package that.
And then you can package it and put your
label.
own label on it. Because not everybody can make that candy. They buy it from distributors, repackage it, and promote it as their own. They just have a contract with the distributor to buy it from them, right? Like that.
Yeah,
I mean, people
Like, I
buy
can't take this and
prepackaged
sell
chicken
it.
all the time, right? Look at restaurants that buy hamburger and chicken,
yeah, but
and they
they're
cut the chicken up and they sell it as their fried chicken.
yeah,
right?
but they're altering it in some way. You know what I mean?
I'm altering the packaging that it's in.
Well, I don't mean like but it's something that's going to get consumed. They're altering the thing that gets consumed. So if you were to use, say, if you were to take a bunch of chocolate, right? You bought the chocolate off somebody, and then you melt it down and put it and make it's something else. Then that's different. But if you're not gonna alter the actual product, I feel like I don't know.
But what if I bought ice cream? I bought ice creams in big blank barrels from a distributor that they make the ice cream and they sell me big blank barrels. I'm not altering the ice cream. I'm just putting it on a dish and giving it to you, right? At my restaurant, right? I'm not altering
And we're
anything.
calling it my ice cream.
I'm just calling it my ice
Like
cream.
buying it wholesale then or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
but you're not selling it. Say if I bought a wholesale, like we solely sell. Let's name J&J distributed ice cream. No, the ice cream is made in bulk, then sold to you because it's like
And then you're allowed to break it down and do whatever
Of
you want
course.
with it for your own rights.
it's
And
it's basically private. It's a private label product,
yeah,
which means
Okay.
you could slap your own label on it and you're allowed to do it. Now, taking those
Yeah.
things and maybe unopen them up and then putting them in
Yeah.
another product can be a little different.
yeah.
But you could find out if that was processed through and they use this because a lot of these companies use the same
It's
stuff.
fair use.
It's like a fair use
Yep.
trade.
Okay.
It's like open domain. Like you got music
Yeah.
and images that you're allowed to use because it's open source.
Okay.
Not everybody can say, "Oh, my little hard candy that looks exactly like every other hard candy is protected by trademark or it's not an M&M. M&Ms are, or Kit Kats.
Yeah,
they
or
are.
Reese cup, and then be like,
Yeah.
I'm selling this, which it has the whole content of their own desired recipe that is like a trademark recipe,
Mhm.
and it's Reese cup.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be able to do that.
No, I get what you're saying. Like, it's so wild. I think especially right now, how the licensing is for so many things, and people just don't listen. Like say for instance, there's a lot of bakeries and places selling. They'll say Cookie Monster cookies, and it'll be like a blue cookie,
Yep.
and they're using the word Cookie Monster even maybe on their chalkboard.
Yeah, you technically can't do that.
Yeah, exactly. Like you can't have.
Well, that's a trademark image, though. Cookie Monster is a created character like Superman.
Yeah,
right?
Like, yeah, exactly. And like a restaurant
Mm-hmm.
can't have a.
They
They're
can't
not
say they're using Reese's cups in their. They can't say, "Oh, we have a
Yeah.
chocolate cake with Reese's cups on it,"
Yeah.
and promote it as a Reese's chocolate cake because Reese's didn't promote that. But you
Yeah.
could use Reese's cups and not say anything about Reese's at all.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Again,
You know what I mean? And just call it a peanut
Yeah.
butter cupcake.
that's
I-
right.
What I'm saying is it's just so wild how I think so many companies have been getting away with it more than what they used to.
Or we
Because-
just don't know that they have a deal. You know what I mean?
Well, no, but what I'm getting to is like there's no way that like a restaurant, a lot of these restaurants they'll have like trivia nights or something like that, right? Say they have a Disney trivia night and they're going to have Mickey Mouse there. And it's darn well that's not a Disney Mickey Mouse.
Well,
That
you
just
can have
doesn't-
a
something.
Disney Mickey Mouse only if it's the Mickey Mouse from the 1940s.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, now, so that okay? That was a bad example. We'll say Woody from Toy Story or something. You know what I mean?
Okay. Right.
You know what I mean? Like, there's because that licensing expired. For that.
Because you're
version.
using their image to make money.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
So you can't. Somebody's going to be dressed. A whole Woody costume, and they're claiming they're Woody at a trivia night at some restaurant. They can't be doing that. Like, but I feel like I keep seeing that more and more, way more than what it used to be. And it's weird because even minor league stadiums, like minor league baseball teams, they've been doing this more lately where they'll have kids nights and theme nights and they'll have superheroes show up. And I'm like, but they'll just call it superhero night, but they won't say, like, I think all the time exactly the heroes that are showing up. It's just people dressing up as Batman. But still, technically, they're dressed up as a particular character that they don't have. That team doesn't have licensing to.
Well, all I got to say is I won a Woody at a trivia night.
Jeez. Oh my gosh. All right, I guess that's how we're gonna end this. Just cut it. That's it. That's the episode.
That ain't so bad.
Oh man. Well, we are over an hour and a half, so we should probably.
We are. Yeah, we should probably up call it a day. Guys, I want to thank you for watching all the way up to the end. Another shout out to my friends over there in Canada. And I want to thank you guys for watching out and,
Yep.
always leaving comments. I appreciate it.
Yep.
Well, you know what? We could probably send you a McDonald's gift card because he felt, we could send it right in an envelope and send it over. I don't think it's going to cost anything. Just like a letter. We should.
Yeah.
Because he left a comment. He didn't want to think it, send it too much money. We should.
I know, it was thoughtful because he said he specifically never entered because of the costs for shipping and all.
Yeah.
But, especially, the Canada beat the U.S. in hockey last night.
And Canada's got the greatest hockey players.
Yeah. I know. Well, I don't know. I know I get it with all the terrorists and all, but they, the whole booing of the national anthem.
You gotta be, man. You got people upset,
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah. It was crazy. I think that was one of the craziest start to a game I've ever seen. And I'm not even really big in hockey, but that was pretty crazy.
I'm just glad their plane landed safely.
Yeah. Dude, the planes. What did I see?
Dude, I'm not flying.
89 since the beginning of this year. 89 aviation accidents.
And there's only been 46 days or something like that.
Yeah, I'm not flying.
50 days,
I'm not flying either.
Yeah.
There's no way you're going to get me on a plane.
Nope.
89. It's
Nope.
like 2 a day almost.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. I'll take my chances driving.
Yeah. There was another 2 planes that ran into each other the other day.
Yeah.
Like,
crazy. I'm going to wait till they can do teleportation.
Yeah. I don't even know if I'll do that. Can you imagine somehow you come to the other end stuck like
Yeah.
Look like a deflated sex doll.
You get transported to Omaha or something, but they left your lane in Maryland.
You gotta transport yourself to like the bin store up in Pennsylvania or something,
Yeah.
Or like you're supposed to go to like Omaha, Nebraska, and you show up at like Omaha, Afghanistan.
No. Battery done ran out.
Now it's worse. Now it's even more dangerous than flying.
Now, now that would be something to ship stuff that way instantly.
Dude, there is no way I'm flying.
Yeah. All right. You want to end it?
Yeah, let's end it on death and destruction from the air.
To all you guys who watch the Junk Jaw Resale podcast and are flying, we bid you farewell and safe flights. Until next week, See you guys later. Bye. We love you. Have a great day and be blessed.
Peace.